hate that. I mean, don't get because you and I both love cars and stuff. How is it that we live in a world where we're dependent on foreign oil and people are complaining about gas prices, and then you still got these giant fucking trucks, like giant, and they're not farmers. They're not using it. They live in a city. They live in an apartment, and they're just driving to and from work. It's over $100 to fill up your car. Well,
right.
I think those people deserve to pay that money.
I think you're right.
I think people with bigger cars should pay more money. I think if people are really upset about gas, everyone would be driving a fuel-efficient car. But there's still these giant trucks out there, so I know it's not that bad.
This is the Broken News Network. Breaking news as it happens.
There's a couple of other little stories that grabbed my eye, but the fact that A-Rod is this whole story. I mean, and I'm not a sports guy, but it seems to be dominating everybody's thoughts today. The fact that it's quickly falling out of favor, but in New York, and speculation has started that he's going to be traded.
A-Rod is one of those guys that sleeps around and stuff, and I guess the other day he threw a baseball into the crowd at two ladies. And it just said, "Hey, what's your number?" And then one of the ladies wrote her number down and threw it back. And he's having like the worst slump of his career. And he's just like, I might as well get as much as I can on my way down.
Right.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny. But, who cares? Like, and the thing is,
right.
He's doing awful in the playoffs. And, the Yankees can't have that. They haven't won enough World Series yet.
Well, maybe it's not the right place for him.
Yeah, but it's like these teams that have won. I mean, like the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Yankees, and they have bad seasons. It's like, you deserve to have a couple of fucking bad seasons. Every other season, you pay for the best players, and you win everything, and it's annoying.
Right.
It's nice to see these teams not doing well sometimes. It balances out. There needs to be a balance. You can't have the same team winning every fucking year.
Meanwhile, in second grade, sex ed.
Okay, simmer down. Does anyone know what this part of a girl is?
I know.
Demi? Poontang? Right, poontang.
Poontang.
Yes, Trina?
Billy keeps poking me in my hoo-ha.
Stop that, Billy.
I told you not to poke.
And does anyone know what this part of a boy is?
The nards?
No.
I know.
Justin?
Winky?
Winky, right.
Winky.
Now use it in a sentence.
The priest touched my winky?
Good.
It's probably the best video from a bus that I've ever seen. And it's between this woman on a bus and I think it's New York. And she is threatening the bus driver. And the bus driver's kind of getting in her face a little bit and saying, my granddaughter could come on this bus and take you out. And then she hits the bus driver. And unfortunately, the portion of the video that she hits the bus driver you can't see, but she hits the bus driver, and so he says, well, I'm afraid you're going to jail because you shouldn't have hit me. And then he gets up to throw her off the bus and gives her the most incredible uppercut.
No, if you were in the same situation, would you do the same thing?
I think I wouldn't because I'm more reserved than that.
You watched it? I would like to see Nick go on attack. Have you ever? I mean, because you've been in a lot of situations where you've had to, because you were a paramedic and that kind of stuff.
Well, do you remember Big Stink? Their first Big Stink.
I try to forget everything that I've ever.
The first Big Stink. I was backstage.
If you're not from Portland, Big Stink is it's like a big music festival
concert,
in Portland.
That is no longer in Portland, Oregon, and there was a giant concert. Like I don't know, 20,000 people there or whatever. And I was backstage, and some girl busted through security and was running backstage. I remember that. I think you were outside of the gate at the time, but you were just coming in, and this chick's running towards like Everclear's trailer. When that used to happen, it doesn't happen anymore. But
that was a long time ago.
Yeah, and I just clotheslined her, and took her down, and then I picked her up and carried her to the fence, and she was probably about, close to 200 pounds, and I threw her over the fence back into the crowd.
What?
And I remember the program director, Mark Hamilton, running up to me and goes, "Oh, my God, I can't believe you just did that." I was like, well, dude, I mean, she was a renegade.
Yeah. So Nick, that is the news for today. Thank you very much.
It's the end of the world as we know it. I feel fine.
That's our podcast for today.
You know, if I were you, I'd think about expanding your programming somehow.
For all of Nick's linkery and YouTube videos on cars and everything, pretty much, NickJMiles.com. Nick spelled N-I-K. And spread the word about our new podcast. Everyone can find our linkery at mfpod.com. Join us again for another episode. Until next time, this is Marconi for Nik Miles saying,
I am the one who knocks.
bye for now.
Afterthought, a Marconi Feed podcast presentation.
Marconi, Jesus, Marconi,
The Marconi